Coming up.
You've got to make breakfast for girls whilst they're kissing other guys. It's crazy. It's like, mate, who do I think's gonna win, bro? Is there any couples? Is there actually any couples that are like? Do you know what I mean? At this point, it's like, I swear, it's just a bunch of single people dumping each other out of the island, bro. I don't know.
Manifesting is using the power of your mind to change and create the reality you experience. And
this is why she's bestseller.
You're making me feel very clever.
You're the smartest person alive.
Oh my.
This is the best day ever. I feel like a genius. What is going on, my loves? Today we have a two-parter podcast, our first ever. We have the amazing Charlie from Love Island coming on the show to talk about everything that's going on. But on the second half of this podcast, we have Roxy, who's going to talk to us all about manifesting and being in a positive way. So please stick around for both of them because they're both the most amazing people, and I think you're going to get a lot out of today's episode. Sheesh.
Meet Harry Jowsey, reality TV heartthrob. He's been loved, ghosted, cancelled, and kissed. He spilled his guts.
I did what?
In a world of ghosting and dodging red flags, Harry's filling his boyfriend's toolbox one lesson at a time. It's Harry Jowsey, boyfriend's material.
All right, you ready to rock? You ready to do it?
Ready, man. Let's do this.
All right, guys, welcome back to Boyfriend Material. Today we have a monster guest, Charlie from Love Island. How you doing, my friend?
Let's go. I'm good, thank you, bro. How are you?
Dude, I'm good. I have one big hard-hitting question to kick it off. Are you ready?
Oh, let's go, bro.
Okay, I got to ask you, why did you want to go on the American version of Love Island instead of the UK one? Was that a hard decision?
Do you know what, man? Like, yeah, I just feel like it seemed funner, man. Like, I like the vibe of it. I like the vibe of Love Island US. Yeah, man, for sure. Like, it just looked sick. Like, the last season popped off. There was actually a reason as well. Like, I was seeing some an American girl from last year, and like, she put me onto it. Yeah. She fully put me onto it. So I was like, do you know what? Why not go for Love Island season 7 US? The UK one just hasn't been, I don't know, man. It just wasn't given like that, man. So I just thought I want to do the US one. Seemed fun. Yeah, and here we are.
Were you a fan of the show before, like going on, or you just raw dogged it?
Yeah, bro, I raw dogged it, to be fair, brother. Like, bro, honestly, do you know what's mad, bro? During my time on the show, I'd have to like ask questions like, yo, what's the deal with this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Because I didn't really know the ups and downs, like the ins and outs of Love Island. Obviously, I've seen bits, man. Like, you know, everybody saw the earlier series in the UK and stuff, but I've never watched it through, bro. I've never watched it full on through. Like, I would always kind of be in the back of the room, like, you know, when you walk into a living room and you're eating something and you stop and watch a bit and then walk back out, bro.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then I join and then I got on, bro, and it's like, damn, okay. Here we are now. Like, I'm gonna do this, bro.
Did it exceed your expectations? Were you like, when you went on, were you like, oh my god, like this is everything I imagined, or was it completely different?
Oh nah, bro, it was crazy. I just think that it's hard, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard, bro. Like the emotions and that, the intensity, like you know what I mean, bro? Like, dude, you've got to make breakfast for girls whilst they're kissing other guys. It's crazy. It's like, it's not easy, bro. I'm telling you now, I'm speaking to the lads out there. It takes, mate, like, it's different in there, dude. Obviously, you got to do the way of the villa. So, you know, but like, yeah, it's crazy. You're dealing with mad emotions in there. So it was more than what I thought, man. It was like, okay, it's the real deal.
And now that we're on the outside, are you still interested in exploring things with Hannah, or is that ship sailed? Like, how do you feel about everything?
Oh, look, man, you know what, bro? Like, nah, you're making me laugh, you are, right? No, look, mate, like, now I'm on the outside world. There's so much going on.
What, girl-wise?
Hey, man, that's looking really good. I'm not going to lie, bro. That's looking kind of sick. I'm not going to lie, bro.
Yes.
Listen, I'm just getting I'm still jet lagged. You know, I was in Australia, then I was in Fiji, now I'm back in the UK. Let me just chill out a sec, see where we're at.
Come on, that's a terrible...
I'll come back to LA next week.
Really, I'm gonna use that next time someone asks me if I'm into a girl. Like, oh, I'm just jet lagged. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That's so
that's
good.
the new one, bro. I'm just jet lagged, bro. Just chill,
Yeah.
dude. You know what I mean?
Wait, so are you guys talking? Everything's all good though. Everyone's friendly, or like?
No, look, it's all love, man. At the end of the day, dude, like at the end of the day, everybody that goes in that villa, we all have. For me, this is how I look at it. I have an underlying respect for everybody. At the end of the day, we're all putting ourselves out there in a vulnerable situation. So yeah, man, like me and Hannah had a great moment. Like that moment was big, man. Do you know what I mean? And you know, I think so she's just been dumped now. So I don't think she's got her phone back or anything, but I'm sure she'll think it's mad when she's in the outside world as well. So, but it's all love, man. No,
Yeah.
like, you know, like, oh, bro, I'm here now. I'm outside. I'm just grateful I was on the show and had this crazy time. Yeah, it was mad, but it was a crazy moment, and kind of we just got to own that moment. Do you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, bro. It's nuts. Is there anyone else in the villa, or maybe people that have left that you're interested in, or are you hitting up?
Nah, probably not, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, that new bombshell that walked in's hot. I mean, but shit, I don't know her, but
Wait, which one? Which one?
yeah. Like, is it Andrea?
Yeah.
That new one that went in I was like, damn, bro. But no, there's no one that I'm like trying to, you know, hit up in that way from the cast.
When you like came out, did you immediately go and watch like your episodes and stuff, or did you just decompress for a little bit? Because I can't even imagine having it all happening live. Like all the stuff I've done, you got a year to wait for it to come out. So I couldn't imagine like, oh shit, like I've just had this crazy experience. So you don't really have much time to decompress. You just have to deal with fucking everything. Did you do that, or were you okay
Oh,
with it?
bro. Nah, dude, it was crazy for me because like I got dumped, yeah, and then I went back to the hotel, and then I was kind of in the hotel waiting for after sun. And a guy like me, bro, my mind's all over the place. Like I
Yeah.
need to be out, and it was just intense, bro. And yeah, I did see some of the episodes, and at first, bro, it was very hard to watch. I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. Do you know what I mean? Like it was brutal because I'd literally just been dumped, man, like torn out of the situation. So yeah, I saw bits, but after it was like, I don't know, man. I've kind of like now I've got my phone back and I'm just kind of in the outside world. I haven't really watched. I've seen what's happened. Like I've seen the big
Yeah.
things. And I'm like, damn, but I'm not sitting there watching like the full episodes. In the hotel, I did watch bits. I had to for Aftersun, and it kind of sucked because you're like, damn, I want to be back in there. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
no,
bro.
yeah, bro, it was
It
brutal. Like
sucks.
it sucks ass, dude. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Especially when you have a taste. Like, I get it, bro. I've been fucking in that situation where you get a taste like, oh, this is exciting, whatever else. But on the other hand, is there anyone, now that you can see it from like a different perspective, is there anyone that you think is like really like putting on an act? Like someone who's really fake? Because obviously the audience doesn't see everything. Is there people that you're like, oh, okay, like that's actually, they're acting very different, or they're doing more behind the scenes?
Do you know what, bro? It's not necessarily that there's anybody that's doing an act, but what I will say is it seems like since I've gone, the whole dynamics have changed, man. Like from what I've seen, like I'm shocked that the boys voted out Jeremiah, man. Do you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy to me, because when I was in there, we were very, very tight. Do you know what I mean? So I think the exit that happened with me is kind of been the like it's just gone a bit crazy since then, man. Like maybe decisions are a bit more unpredictable. So I don't necessarily think there's anyone in there that's fake, like putting on a persona. But I think I don't know, it just seems like they're thinking differently now. I can't, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's getting a bit muddy. Who do you think
A bit
will?
messy.
Yeah, which makes for a great show though. So, which is
Oh,
good for
bro,
us.
yeah, like, but now it's great. Now it's just like, damn, like,
Yeah, what
what can
the
happen
fuck is
next?
happening?
You know what I mean?
Well, with
Fuck, yeah.
that in mind, who do you think is going to win? What's your predictions?
That's crazy, man. Who do I think's gonna win, bro? Is there any couples? Is there actually any couples that are like? Do you know what I mean? At this point, it's like I swear it's just a bunch of single people dumping each other out of the island, bro. I don't know what's going on, bro. Like I don't know what's going on, bro. Who can win? I don't know. I don't know who's
Yeah.
actually. I'm trying to fit like if there was a couple that's been there, but genuinely, bro, I don't know. I genuinely don't know who would actually win at this point, bro. That's the mad thing as well. That's why I'm like, damn, like who's actually going to win this thing?
Do you think there's a reason why they voted you out, or do you think like their explanation was disingenuous?
Do you know what, bro? I just feel like I was the easy vote, man. I feel like I was the easy vote. I feel like there was going to be less to answer for as well if they voted out. Like, you know, if they voted Taylor out, then they've got to deal with like Alandria. If they voted Huda out, well, then they've just voted out their girl Huda.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Tough.
mean? So I'm just looking at it now and I'm just kind of thinking maybe I was the easy vote, bro. Like maybe they just felt like if they wouldn't have felt as bad, you know, if they got rid of me.
If you could go back, like what is your perfect like play by play? Would you want to be at the start? Would you want to come in later? Like what do you think would make you give you a fairy tale ending on this?
Because I came in so early, at times I didn't feel like a bombshell. I felt like just an extended OG member type thing, like because I just literally came in straight away. I think it would be interesting to come in kind of around the time Jalen and Pepe came in, or this guy, or the new. It seems effective. It seems effective. You know what I mean? Seems like it's a good time to come in, bro.
Yeah.
But nah, dude, like, you know, I'd look like I think any time's cool, but as a bombshell, look, anytime a little bit late to the party is always going to be fun because you kind of go in there and it's kind of like, okay, look, I'm a new face here. And what else did you say? Was there anything I would have done differently? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Not really, bro. There was nothing for me to have done differently. Maybe I could have not taken a mile for that chat. Maybe that was the one, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like everybody was exploring, so it's like,
Yeah. What can you do?
What can you do, bro? Like I can't
Yeah.
sit. Here's the thing, bro. I couldn't just sit around. People have to understand, you know, like in there, the whole thing was explore. You shouldn't feel ashamed to explore multiple people, etc. You know, it just so happened that the girl that I pulled for a chat kind of.
Bro, they do this. That's the thing. That's what pisses me off. They do this on every show. They're like, "Oh, you should explore all your options," and then you go and do it, and then they get angry at you, like, "Oh, you're being naughty and mysterious." It's like, well, that's the point of the fucking show. If you don't go and talk to everyone, how are you gonna know what you know? It pisses me off.
And do you know what though, bro? We actually laughed about it after. Like me and Hannah actually laughed about the fact that I pulled a Maya, like, because it was just funny. Like it was just a stupid moment, you know what I mean? And we actually laughed it off. But you know, she took it in her own different way, man. And obviously, she said that was a reason that she voted me off, actually. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, what are you gonna do? You can't just sit around, dude. Like I'm watching, you know, Hannah's going for chats. I'm gonna sit there. I've got to make it.
Yeah, you don't want to be a sausage. Come on, you gotta get shit
bro,
moving.
Like,
I saw actually today they announced the Perfect Match season 3 cast. There's a lot of Love Island people in there. Do you think you would do Perfect Match? It's a Netflix dating show. It's kind of, have you seen it? It's kind of like the Avengers of reality dating that haven't found love, they come together and kind of, it's pretty chaotic. It's a messy show. Would you do something like that?
Who knows, man? Who knows? I feel like right now, you know, just because of how soon it's come out, what would I do? Something? Yeah, sure. I'm always up for trying new things, me, bro. I'm always up for trying unique experiences and new things. Yeah. Are they all angry, or are they all in a good mood? Like, what's the deal? Is everyone in a good mood?
I think my season was very angry. I think the season before that, maybe they were in a good mood.
People off.
Yeah, it's all I do, brother. People, I always kiss the wrong girl, and then I kiss too many girls, and I shouldn't do that. But apparently, well, it gets people talking, I guess. But now this next season, I think there's like people from The Bachelor, Love Island, like people from the Netflix universe. So I think it should be good. But if you have people from The Bachelor, like they're usually pretty nice people.
For sure, man. Yeah.
Is there any other shows that you would love to do? Like now that you're in this kind of crazy, weird, wacky world, is there stuff that you'd be like, fuck, I would love to do that one day? Or are you kind of like, I need to sit on my hands a little bit?
Yeah, like, you know, in terms of if we're just talking like reality, you know, I think always, you know, Love Island US is such a fun experience. I don't know much about a lot of reality shows, bro, I'll be honest, you know what I mean? But I know something like Too Hot to Handle's kind of mad in it as well. I don't know much about that. See, bro, I'm just throwing my name down for shit that I don't even understand, bro. I need to chill out, bro.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. You need. That's what happened. Daily Mail will clip it and be like, "Oh, he wants to go do what the handle and all this stuff," and then you'll be signed up for 10 shows you don't know that you're in for.
This is it, bro. But to be honest, bro, right now, like my focus is just kind of, like getting back to work on like the modeling and acting, really, man. So yeah. I'm not looking to kind of jump into something mad straight away.
Is there any exes that have texted you out of the blue after this? Is there any people? Yeah, people come back into your life after seeing you.
I wouldn't say ex, no, but like old some friends, yeah.
Some friends is crazy.
Nah, chill, bro, chill. That's crazy.
How long do the challenges actually last?
Yeah, so challenges can actually last like a good few hours, man. Like that's a big part of the day if you're filming those, like. Yeah, big. You got to go through everybody. You kind of got to make sure everything's clean for everybody's round. So the challenges can be a good few hours, man. Like it's a big part, like half the day.
And are the bed sheets clean?
Oh, bro, always. Yeah, no, they actually are. No, they actually are. They're always on top of that stuff.
Good. Okay, good. Because I've been in shows where you have to make your own bed and shit. It's pretty fucking lame.
Nah, to be fair, man, like, yeah, they were on top of that stuff.
Okay, good. Also, I want to know, because it's kind of like a big topic, especially with reality TV, but do they give you like a good therapist and stuff after? Like they have pretty good aftercare with this?
Yeah, man. I've still, and I still will have as well. They provide that, man. They do provide that. So my therapist is great. Like she's awesome. And bro, it's good. You need to speak to somebody, I think, especially when you come out. When you come out, bro, like, that's the best thing for you.
What's been the most like surprising thing you think you've learned about yourself in this experience? Because I guess that was my biggest thing when I did a show is you get to see yourself from other people's perspective, and then also a way it maybe potentially edited that wasn't exactly true to what 100% went down, and you probably experienced that as well. You're like, oh well, if that was put in, then like have you reflected and been like, oh, this feels weird, or maybe I could have done this, or I would have handled this, or whatever else? Is there anything that you've like looked at in this whole experience or learned about yourself that you probably wouldn't have learned before?
Damn, bro. Do you know what? I really feel like I wish there was some giant growth thing that's gone on, bro. But I feel like I've gone in and got head fucked and been spat back out. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? What's just happened? Nah, man. Like, look, man. Any crazy experience, you're always gonna like kind of grow from it and be like, wow, okay, I've done that. Like, I don't know, something feels different. I just feel like I've been through something big and I've come out the other end. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. Let me get into the big wide world again, and then see if I've grown as a person.
But it's not easy. I can't imagine how it would feel to dive headfirst into this and then have it be immediately in your face. Like usually I'll tell you, for normal shows, you get to do the crazy experience and you get to come back and decompress, and then you have a year, and then it gets crazy again. So you're kind of doing it all in one, and I can't even imagine how overwhelming that would feel, or how scary or weird. And you also don't really know who to lean on. So understand. I'm thinking about you. It's a weird, crazy time,
bro.
But you seem to be doing well.
To be honest, I'm feeling it today in terms of like, bro, like my brain's like all over the place. My like head's all over the place anyway. Usually, bro, and I'm trying to like manage all these emails and stuff like that. And I'm coming back, and it's a lot, bro. It's a lot to take in, man. But I'm just trying to stay on top of it, man.
I think my advice would be turn your phone off for maybe an hour or so and go for a walk. Like get outside and have a moment, because dude, it gets so overwhelming and you're gonna burn yourself out and freak out. The emails are still gonna be there. The DMs are still gonna be there. They're not gonna go anywhere. If you feel like you're getting a little bit anxious, a little bit overwhelmed with all this stuff, just turn your phone off. You're doing the right thing. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing right now. And just do things that make you happy as well. Because everyone's gonna be coming at you, every direction. People are gonna say shit. You're gonna see shit that you don't like. But just remember to look after number one, and I promise you'll feel 100% better. And all those messages and notifications are always they're gonna stay there. So just understand that it's not going anywhere. I
appreciate you, bro. That was motivational. That was, man.
Just understand. I just know how it feels, bro. I've been there, and it's like,
sure, I bet.
And Yeah, and it's just like, it's scary. You don't really know what to do, or if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Just trust your gut, especially with weird managers or weird people that come in your life. Just trust your gut with all this stuff or old friends, and just look after number one right now. It's all going to be good.
Yeah, man, for sure. Appreciate that, bro.
But that was it, brother. I appreciate you. Stay safe. Shoot me a DM if you need anything, or if you just need advice. I'm here.
100%, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Much love.
Much love, brother.
Peace.
What is going on, you naughty little sausages? Welcome back. Today, I'm very excited for this guest because she has incredible books. But the first one that I listened to, because she's got a really nice voice, because she's English. It's a self-development coach, inspirational speaker, manifesting expert, and 2-time Sunday best-selling author, Roxie Nafousi. How do you say your last name?
Nafousi. I really liked your effort.
Nafousi.
Oh my God, I love that.
That's Nafousi.
Yeah, let's fucking go with it.
Wait, no, okay. I was wondering, because when I get sad, I think about like ways to do better skills and like become better. And I was on Spotify and I was like looking, I was like manifesting stuff. And I was listening to Joe Dispenza. Yeah. And then I typed in manifesting, genius title.
Thank
you. And
then
your book came up. And then that's when I posted it, because I was like, everyone should listen to this because it was really good. And your voice is just so easy.
Oh, thank you so much. I was so touched when I saw you post and I was so excited.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Can you tell me about that first book? Because I just started the second one. Is it your second one? Yeah, Confidence?
Or third one. Fourth, actually. But yeah. No, I did Manifest, 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life, which was my first book, the orange one that you've read.
Yes.
And then I did Manifest in Action, which is the second one. It's like the follow-up to Manifest. And then I did Manifest for Kids.
Oh my God.
And then now Confidence.
Oh my God. So you really like manifesting?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did it come about? Because your story in the book's quite touching.
Yeah. So basically 7 years ago in 2018, I was basically at rock bottom. I had been an addict to cocaine and alcohol for like a decade at that point.
That's a long time.
It was a long time, yeah.
It must have been a crazy couple of years.
It was fucking crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. It was quite toxic. I was really unhappy. I had like no self-worth. So I was definitely trying to like escape. And I was living this very hedonistic lifestyle and I didn't have any career direction. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then my friend was like, after this, at this moment where I was kind of like, I'd been on like a 2-day bender and it was after I'd gone on a yoga teacher training course in Thailand. And I thought that was going to be the thing that like saved me. And it didn't. And I was like, what? Okay, like if that didn't work, I don't know what will. So I called my friend and she was like, you should listen to this podcast I just listened to on manifesting. So I was like, fuck it, I'll try anything. So I listened to this podcast on manifesting, and what hit really for me was that manifesting was all about self-worth, and I had no self-worth. And so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I am manifesting, but in the wrong direction. So I went home and I sort of researched everything I could on manifestation. Bear in mind at the time, like it wasn't something people were talking about the way they are now. And 2 weeks later, on the 7th of June, 2018, a guy named Wade from Australia messaged me on a dating app. And a year to the day, on the 7th of June, 2019, our baby boy Wolf was born.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, how is Wolf doing?
Oh, he's so good.
Is he the best?
Honestly, he is the actual best. He's nearly 6. And he is just the coolest kid. He's so fun.
Did you write the Manifesting for Kids for him? Can he read it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what age kids start reading.
He can just about read, but no, it wasn't really for him. Do you know, I have 9 nephews and nieces, all aged 10 and under. Yeah. And so, but it was kind of...
I can't talk. I got 12. But
what?
Yeah. But my sister's a little bit older. Like their kids, like one of my nephews is older than me.
Really?
Yeah, my sister was just firing them out. Well, actually, no, they weren't. So I got in trouble for saying that. But there's 12 of them. They were they're very happy.
And they all get on?
No.
No.
No, wait, what about yours?
Yeah, they're really cute. They're like best friends.
Really?
Yeah. It's because Wolf's an only child, so it's quite nice. He's got cousins that are like his besties.
Do you want to have more on?
No, I'm good.
What?
No, not that there's anything wrong with having kids. No,
it's a lot for you guys.
We're co-parenting, me and Wade anyway. We're such good friends. Wolf is so easy. One kid is amazing. it maybe in like a few years, you never know what will happen. I love being a mum more than anything.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like a real urge to have more kids. I'm so happy with Wolf.
Do you want to explain back to the start?
Yes.
Sorry, my brain. Do you want to explain manifesting for people that are a little bit confused about it? Because when I used to say it, I think my mum was just like, or I don't know, just like making fun of it.
Totally.
So, and I think it's like a weird concept for people who've never heard of it before.
Yeah.
And how you explain it and in your book was amazing.
Yeah.
I butcher it. I'm just like, I just think about things and write it down. And it's going to happen.
No, that's not the right thing.
I actually have a book. I have a magic book in my room,
yeah.
but I'll get to that.
Okay.
Do you?
So manifesting is using the power of your mind to change and create the reality you experience. The problem with manifesting now is it's become this like massive trend. And when things become a trend, it's good on one hand because people become more aware of it and it kind of raises like people are more aware of it, but it also devalues it. So people misunderstand it. They have loads of misconceptions around it. And a lot of people will now, because the word manifest is used in sentences all the time, like people aren't even using it correctly, that people honestly just cringe at it. So sometimes I feel like I'm the PR for manifesting, trying to do damage control and be like, no, this is a really incredible practice and it's rooted in psychology, spirituality, physics, quantum physics, wisdom, neuroscience. And for me, manifesting is a way of living. It's not something that it's not just about writing something down and waiting for it to happen. It's a really
Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's about being proactive. It's about self-worth. It's about your mindset. And so I created this really, really clear 7-step guide to manifesting that helps people to understand it in its entirety so that they can apply it to every area of their lives.
The best.
Thank you.
Who do you look up to for when you want to manifest? Like, is there people that you get inspired by?
Yes, for sure. So, I mean, Joe Dispenza is like somebody that I absolutely love.
And you're speaking with him, right?
Yeah, I can't believe it. I was actually just talking to my team this morning because we're here in LA to do the Mind Valley Manifesting Summit. And to be sharing a stage with Joe Dispenza is like, wow.
It's crazy.
Like, how did that happen?
Have you spoken to him before?
No.
Oh, really?
No. But I like quote him all the time. I like quote one of his experiments in my book actually. And yeah, it's weird. Like even another person that I quoted in my manifest book was Robin Sharma, and I've just had him on my podcast. And like, I'm starting to meet all these like heroes that I've really looked up to. It's really special. It's really cool. But you know, yeah, for me, I think that all great speakers and philosophers and thinkers talk about manifesting, even if they don't use the term. Everyone's talking about the power of our mind and how we can use that to influence what we experience. And so I love all types of self-development, and for me manifesting is like the umbrella, and then all healing sits underneath it.
Are you what's the difference between visualization and manifesting? Is there a big difference for you?
Yeah, so visualization comes up under like step 1 of the manifesting process, which is be clear in your vision. So when we know what we want and we get really specific on what we want, and we want to be really specific, we don't want to be vague. I think a lot of people are like, I want to be happier, I want to be richer, I want to be more successful, but they're not actually defining what that means for them. So it's like, what does happier look like to you? What really makes you feel happy or fulfilled? Or if you want to be successful, what does success actually feel like to you? And then once you have those really clear goals, you can use visualization basically to prime your subconscious brain to work for you, so you can get your brain to start like seeing opportunities. So I'll show you. I'll give you an example of how your subconscious works. Okay, so have you ever bought a new car?
Yeah, every week.
Okay, and then when you get when you get that car, do you notice every other car on the road is suddenly that car?
Yeah,
like you see it all the time. It's called frequency illusion. So it's when you are focused.
That's a big word.
Yeah, I'm bringing out the science for you.
Oh my God, this is great. Yeah, this is awesome. She's a scientist.
You're making me feel very clever.
You're the smartest person alive.
Oh my.
This is the best day ever. I feel like a genius.
I'm obsessed. Okay.
Frequency illusion.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm gonna get that tatted.
Okay, so when you are focused on something, your brain thinks it notices it more. So when you have a goal in mind, so let's say you want a new job, or you want a new client, or you want a partner, if you are focused on what you want, your brain will see it where in places where you might have otherwise missed it. So let's say you're scrolling on Instagram, your brain will actually stop you and be like, here's that thing you were looking for, rather than just ignoring it.
Anytime I think about my ex, she's on my For You page. Is that my frequency?
There we go.
I'm
maybe
just tapped in. I gotta stop thinking about my ex.
You got to.
Was there a particular moment, especially when you're like partying and whatever else,
Yeah.
that was rock bottom for you, where you're like, I need to make a change? Because I've been there. It's just like, you gotta stop peeing the bed. It's just grown ass man. No.
Honestly, I was just telling my son the other day that I had this boyfriend in my party days, and I just remembered that one night I woke up and he was taking a piss at the end of my bed because he thought it was the bathroom. Honestly, one of my low points.
I've done that.
No, you haven't.
No, I've done that.
Not on a carpet.
No, in a closet.
Oh!
No, I swear to God, that one. No, not that one. It was this famous singer's house. We were like
Yeah.
at a house party, and I guess I fell asleep in one of the rooms, and I woke up, and I was like, oh, and I think I had some mushrooms or something as well, right? And I was having a few drinks. I woke up, I'm like, okay, cool, and I just started walking, like, eyes closed, and then I just started peeing. I'm like, that sounds like it's hitting the floor, and then I'm like, oh, okay, this is a closet. Grabbed a furry jacket, chucked it on it.
No!
And then I was like, I gotta find the toilet. It was great. It was good.
Not the furry jacket.
I know. It was like a little cheetah print. It was good.
Did you ever own up to it?
No. She would never invite me back.
Piss and run.
Good. She's rich enough. She's fine. Wait, so
Rock
when...
bottom, yeah.
Yeah, rock bottom. So that was the moment you're like, no more pissy bed.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Like, I need to have a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, the rock bottom was probably like after Thailand, but I think honestly,
yeah.
I started doing drugs when I was 17, 18.
It's probably not a good time to do them.
Probably not.
No.
No, probably not.
Not
And
been
then
there.
by 21, I was in Narcotics Anonymous. So I knew I had a
Whoa.
problem. But then the problem, what almost made it worse is when I went to Narcotics Anonymous, I was around lots of, the people in there were there for like heroin addiction and crack. And so I was like, I'm fine. I just do a bit of cocaine.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
So it almost made it worse because I then thought, oh, well, I don't have that much of a problem. But then I kind of thought I did. So for the next 7 years, until I was like, basically till I found out I was pregnant, I was battling with this, knowing I wasn't in control of it, knowing it was like ruining my life and holding me back, but also couldn't get out the cycle. And I think whether it's drugs or drinking, it's so hard sometimes to know when you've got a problem because you think, oh, I'm just having fun. Everybody's doing it. There's always someone you know who's doing it more than you are.
Yes.
And I think we think, oh, well, I'm not doing it in the morning, so I've not got a problem. But actually, if it's... So,
yeah, I forgot. Yeah, addicts aren't awake in the morning. So it's good. Wait, was it your friend group, or was it you just were putting yourself in? Was it your frequency illusion? Like, hey, cocaine on my For You page.
I just really loved partying,
That's the best.
and I wasn't doing anything else with my life.
Oh,
So I had nothing to wake up for.
you should have gone on reality TV. It's kind of that's the trajectory.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you're just partying, doing nothing,
yeah.
TV
I see. Yeah.
works well.
Would have been good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a few people we could call if you go back down.
Thank you so much.
Wait, but yeah, how did you, was it your friend group, or you were just always out, you're always doing stuff? Because with my thing is, I realize there's certain friends you're around. It's like, okay, there's always drugs, there's always something going on.
Yeah.
So I cut those friends out of my life.
Yeah.
And then even with my family, like I think we have this, I think it's probably, like, I don't want to be a scientist, but apparently there's a thing called an addictive gene.
Right.
And apparently I've got it, like my family's got it.
Yeah.
And both my parents have struggled with drinking a little bit too much from time to time. And that's what ultimately caught up to my dad. And I think I went and did ayahuasca, and I was like trying to figure out how to separate the addiction from the person and still love the person, because you really can't. Like, if they don't want to stop doing it, or if they don't notice it, it's really hard for people to.
How was ayahuasca for you?
It was great.
Was it?
Yeah, I might go do it again.
Was it like you were being sick and everything?
No.
Really?
Yeah. No.
I thought people like purge on it.
I was having the best time. Well, not really.
Where did you do it?
I was in Costa Rica.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of like woo-woo people that do it in LA and
Yeah,
your homes.
yeah.
I was like, guys,
Oh, no,
get
yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to wake up and I don't want to have like a life-changing experience and wake up and make coffee the next morning. Like, I want to go sit and look at a tree and hug it.
Yeah.
But no, I went to Costa Rica and it was again, like when I go through something and when I'm like really sad, I start like trying to figure out how to become a better human.
Yeah.
Which is probably, I should be in a habit of doing that all the time.
Yeah.
Not when I'm sad.
Yeah.
But I'd lost a few people to suicide that year.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Australia and New Zealand has the highest suicide rate per capita.
Really? Why do you think that is?
I don't think we have a very good culture around asking for help, especially as young men. Like it's kind of just like have a teaspoon of cement and harden up. That's kind of what people kind of say back there. But I'd lost 3 people at that point to mental health stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I got to pivot. And I had this guy on my podcast and he was talking about this experience that he did with this company. And it's a very like hard process to get in. Like you have to audition. You have to like they're very hand select the people that they have.
Yeah.
It's like a 10-day retreat, and every day you're doing different character building exercises.
Wow.
So even just that was awesome.
Yeah.
But we did it 3 times. The first night we did it, you write your intentions, like you go in like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to go and like I want to see my friends get their closure and have a giggle and a laugh and not poo my pants. But no, I didn't poo myself. Not yet anyway. Maybe if I go back, I'll let one rip.
Still hope.
Yeah, there's still hope. Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great for the content.
Okay.
But though the first night we did, it took me into specific memories with my brother and my dad. And at that point, I didn't have a good relationship with either of them because I get a little bit stubborn and sassy sometimes. And I make other people's problems my own. So how they treated other people made me angry.
Right.
So I kind of really pulled away. And obviously being in America, it's a little bit easier to not talk to them. So, but it put me into like specific memories. I remember I was like closed my eyes and I like snapped. And I was with, I was a 7-year-old boy. I was with my dad beekeeping, and I just was crying with so much love that I have for him. I was like, oh no, this is the man that made me a man. And he taught me how, and then I would snap and I would be chopping a tree, teach me how to use a chainsaw. I'm like, oh my God, like this is so special. And then I would snap again and I'd be like jumping on a trampoline with my brother and then like hanging onto a tree and then it'd snap. I'd be like gardening with my dad and my brother. And I'm like, oh my God, why there's so much love here for my best friend and the man that made me a man. Yeah. And I'm like, and I'm just being a little stubborn, sassy sausage because he's got a problem with alcohol and I can't separate that and I get angry. So it made me like fully have a bird's eye view and just be like, okay, they got stuff going on. It's out of my control. So let's not care about it. Let's just give them love because they need it. Let's exercise a little bit more of that. And at that point was like the real pivoting point for us.
Wow.
And then the second night, I did 4 times the amount to the first night because I was like, I'm here. I may as well
go for it.
Go swan dive in. And then I saw my friends and then a bunch of other crazy stuff. And then the third day I thought I was a chicken. So yeah, it was really
took a turn.
Oh shit, yeah. It was a really crazy turn.
You actually thought you were a chicken?
Yeah. No, okay, so I was just, now I've cooked myself. You got me, it's the first time I've ever been flustered. I don't know what I'm doing. No, I was because the third day I was like, I don't need to do any more of it. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, I'm checking out. So I guess my intention was just to have fun.
Right.
And because we did the third one was in the daytime, and I remember just like walking around on the grass because usually in like this hut, I was walking on the grass and I just like laid face down and I was looking at these little ants, and I'm like, I could kill you if I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm a nice guy. And then I'm like, oh, is this what it's like being a chicken? And then I put my hands, and I was like, oh, I'm a chicken. And then I just thought about it because like it's very interesting because if you close your eyes, that's when it like comes on and you're like, oh my God,
right,
I'm in space. But when you open your eyes, everything's kind of normal. It's just a little bit like fun,
right?
But yeah, I don't recommend doing it.
Yeah, if
it calls you.
Yeah,
but I might do it again.
Yeah,
because I gotta settle some shit with my old man.
Right.
I gotta. Anyway, this is about you.
No, I am into this. What I think is so amazing about the fact that like memories can come back is that we're always holding on to these memories, and they're just. I always say to people, like, your past is always kind of influencing how you feel day to day, and until we actually start to process what we've been through, it's really hard to actually be free to be the best version of ourselves that we can be.
What does your day to day look like? Like, how do you start? Is it every morning like that I open up, sit outside.
No.
No?
No.
You
No.
never become a chicken?
No. It's
shit.
not. Do you know what? I think for me, manifesting is like just a way that I live, but that doesn't mean that I spend the first 20 minutes of my day cross-legged meditating. I wake up and I say affirmations as soon as I wake up, because not 2 minutes before you kind of like, you know, when you've just woken up and you're sort of like in that sleepy state, basically your subconscious is really susceptible to positive messaging. So if you like, as soon as you wake up, before you look at your phone, anything, you just say to yourself, I'm excited for the day ahead. Good things are coming. I'm worthy of abundance. I'm worthy of success. I'm worthy of love. Your subconscious will basically try to find evidence to support that. Whereas if you wake up and you're just like, oh, fuck, I'm so tired. So yes, I start my day with affirmations. Then I have my morning coffee. And that's kind of it. I take my supplements. I have my chlorophyll water. I have my electrolytes.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah. I'm obsessed with electrolytes as well. And chlorophyll water. Everything.
That's the green stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do too much of that, I think.
Oh, really?
Everything would come out green.
I guess you like things in excess.
Yeah, I get excited. I'm like, oh, let's overdrive this. Let's kickstart this.
This is good. Let's have the whole bottle.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, like squirt it in. Because you meant to have like a teaspoon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just freeload.
I get it.
It's not very good. Wait, you said your podcast kind of turned your life around for you. Is that true? Or turned everything around for you?
That listening to the podcast on manifesting.
Ah, that's what it is?
Yeah.
On this podcast, I'm obviously exploring how to become boyfriend material.
Okay,
I'm
great.
trying to level up.
I see.
What's some advice? Or where should I start?
Oh my God.
I know.
Okay. I think, oh my God, I've got loads of things.
Oh my, okay. Wait, for
I
me
think-
or just general?
General,
Okay.
general, not you. You're fine. You're
It's like
great.
Roxy.
Okay. I think one for one is I think that anybody going into a relationship, whether it's like man, woman, whatever, it's owning your own shit. So like knowing what emotional baggage or what beliefs about relationships you have that are yours. Because I think that we can go into relationships with loads of different stuff. It could be that we have abandonment issues. It could be that we are avoidant. It could be that we are really jealous in relationships because of our past. And I think actually addressing the things about us that we might be bringing into a relationship and being able to actually work on them is really important. I think another good thing is being a good listener and being like interested. Me and actually my friend the other day were just saying it's like amazing how many men you'll go on a date with that won't ask you a single question. Like they will just talk about themselves. And there is nothing more attractive than a man who can actually listen.
That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah.
This is it.
You're clearly very good at it already.
Yeah, and I've got great questions that I have my team up with.
Being a good listener, I think is good.
Cool.
I think being able to, I think women, we're talking about men just because this is for you, but would like to be, they want to be seen and heard and valued. And so it's about giving them like space to be themselves, to say what's on their mind, to notice like things about her that make her unique and being able to like give validation to those things. I think that's really special as well.
How do you feel seen and heard?
Good question. I think somebody that, I think like so much for, how should I say this?
Wait, do you not feel seen and heard?
Good question. No, I do.
Are you okay?
I think
do we need to help you? Who are you dating?
no one.
Okay, there we go.
I'm newly single.
Like,
Ish, yeah.
wait, what do you
fresh.
mean? Newly single-ish?
Yeah, no,
Are we
I
still
am newly
talking?
single. No, I am newly single.
Okay.
I am newly single and I've only just started dating again. But it's really interesting dating, having done so much work on myself because I see red flags like a mile off. So it's much.
Oh, God.
So I'm not.
I just felt you looking at my soul.
So it's really strange because quite quickly I'll sort of be like, oh no, it's not right.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it's just, I don't feel like I need anyone. And so you want to be with someone that actually just makes you feel good, that you have fun with. And so I think what I was looking for before is so different to what I'm looking for now. And so it definitely filters out a lot of people.
Wait, yeah, what are you what are you kind of searching for then in a partner? Or
Well,
you're just like, I want to have fun and
I think I still need to figure out what I want because I've never been into the idea of one person forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, explain that.
I've always quite liked the idea of having lots of incredible like love affairs of like 1-2 years, but I don't feel like, oh my God, I'd love to be with someone forever. But that's also my stuff. So I'm in therapy now because I'm avoidant.
Oh, you're avoidant?
Yeah.
I'm dismissive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I learned about this and I was meant to see my therapist last night, but I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working hard on that stuff.
No, she emailed me and said, Harry's everything okay? You've never missed a session.
Oh.
I was like, I thought we cancelled. My bad. Anyway. But yeah, how are you working on that?
But yeah, so I'm really starting to understand what is the fear behind that avoidancy? Like why am I like afraid to be really vulnerable with someone? Or so it's always an ongoing journey, but at least I can recognize it and
it's great.
And have awareness around it, and then you start to work on it.
How do you work on that? Or how did you figure that out? You're like, oh, this is...
I think because, well, I guess you look at the patterns in your relationships. Like when I get too close, then I start to pull back or...
Self-sabotage is so much fun.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Not really.
We all do it.
Yeah,
we all do it. But awareness is everything. And also like a real like drive to want to change. You have to want to be like, do you know what? I actually do want to find a healthy relationship. But for me right now, I'm also just figuring out where the avoidance comes from. What do I actually want right now? Do I want to jump into another long-term relationship? No. Because also Wolf is my forever. My son is my forever,
It's a good name as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Such a great name.
So we'll see. But I'm feeling very relaxed about it.
What about, have you found any trouble with like dating when you have a kid? Do you guys get weird or are they good?
Well, I don't know. I don't really know. I've only been on like 1 or 2 dates. And I mean, I don't actually know if it's going to be a turn off for guys. But I also think anybody that's not into it is not for me anyway.
Yeah, get out
I
of
think
here.
more of the thing I'm scared about is that I'm in self-help. And I'm like, self-help's not sexy. I feel like if a guy
Really?
went on my Instagram, they'd be like, oh no, she's too self-developed. I don't know if it's aligned.
No, because there's so many people I've been on dates with or exes where you're like, hey, I noticed that I wasn't best at this place or whatever else could have been better here. And they've been like, yep. I'm like, hey, you were a sausage as well. Like, I'm not saying this because like, I was like, I did the work. So I think it's been annoying, like, especially in relationships where it's like, hey, we both were bad in this.
Yeah.
Like,
I think accountability is so important.
It's so important.
And being able to like own
what
you've done and take responsibility. But yeah, it has to be two-way as well.
Do you find it intimidating for guys? Well, I guess you've only been on 2 dates, but like with how successful you've been, because I know that I've got a lot of female friends who are successul, and some guys get like jealous and insecure and weird.
I think it definitely changes the kind of guy who will be attracted to you, and I think that, but like similarly, I think it just cancels out the ones that aren't maybe right for you.
Yeah. What do you think? Is it better that guys from England?
Yeah.
Like, is your ex Australian?
He's Australian,
or the US? What's the favorite?
Oh God, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll take anything. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, do you know what? I think it's an energy thing, isn't it? It's like chemistry, I think. But yeah, I'm going to start my own manifesting journey on this one.
Are you going to do it again?
Yeah, I'm going to do my own manifesting. Although I was thinking, because I met Wade on a dating app. And and then we had a baby. So I feel like level complete.
Right, no
so
more dating apps.
I can't really go back there.
In the DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one slides into my DMs.
Really?
No. I know.
That's it. I actually, my friend, I slid in this girl's DMs. I think it was like Jenny, the K-pop star. I was like, I've got us a res at Dave & Buster's. She didn't reply. Do you know what that is? It's like an arcade.
Oh my God, cute.
My friends thought it was a good idea, but anyway, self-love.
Yes.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Where does your self-love play into conversation around manifesting? Can you self-love, like, can you manifest as self-love deeper?
I think that self-love and self-worth is at the core of manifesting. So the big secret of manifestation is that we can only manifest what we subconsciously believe we are worthy of receiving.
You're using the biggest words I've ever heard in my life. I am a sausage.
Okay. So what it means is if you want your dream partner or your dream house or your dream career, you have to believe you're actually worthy of having it. So you have to feel and think, do you know what? I'm worthy of this job that I want. I do deserve it. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle, because we don't have the confidence. We don't have the self-worth. And most of us are struggling with insecurities or limiting beliefs that are currently holding us back. And so when we can actually heal whether that's with therapy or other healers that can support our journey, or by changing the way we talk to ourselves, using affirmations, journaling, using practices that can help us change what we believe, then you'll be able to manifest infinitely more.
Do you think I'm doing this wrong? Because one of my friends told me that to kind of start the manifestation process, you have to go put yourself in that situation. So like when I first moved to LA, he was like, drive my Rolls Royce around.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna feel like it's already yours.
Yeah.
So like I've been looking at like these crazy houses, which are a little bit too expensive.
Yeah.
But
I like that.
I'm walking around in it pretending it's mine.
Yes.
And feeling that. Is that a good way to start?
Yeah, I like that. I think it's showing up as your future self. So step 3 of my 7th step guide to manifesting is align your behavior. And this is all about like, how can I show up as the future me? So it might be for you, you know, driving that car and getting the feeling of it, but it could be, how does my higher self, how does my future self like walk into a room? How do they talk to people? How do they set their prices for clients? What boundaries do they have? How do they treat themselves day to day? Like, are they committing to good habits? Are they exercising, eating nutritious food, turning up on time? You know, things like that. So you can really think about, who do I want to become and how can I step into the character of that version of myself from today? And you can use that when you want to step outside your comfort zone, because, you know, stepping outside your comfort zone is a big part of this step as well. We have to create change by doing things differently. And so if you're going into a situation like where you're nervous, you can think, you can visualize your future self. Like, okay, I'm going to imagine the most empowered, confident version of myself walking into this room, and I'm going to show up as that person, and eventually you become them.
I used to do a thing called a 3-1-3. Have you heard of this?
No.
This is fun.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-year goal, 1-year goal, and a 3-month goal.
Okay. Oh, okay, fab.
Have you heard of this?
No, but I love it.
So you write your 3-year vision.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do in 3 years. And you're like, oh, if I'm going to do that in 3 years, I have to do this in 1 year. Then it's like, well, I have to do this in 1 year. I have to do this in the next 3 months. You have to update it every 3 months, but I'm lazy, so I kind of gave up on that. But have you got any good like tips or tactics that people can use to kind of get themselves in the mindset of the person that they are in the future?
I think doing a deep visualization, I think doing a letter to your future self.
Oh, that's good.
Or letter from your future self. Sorry. So it's like, you could be like writing from the future. It's like, this is what my life looks like. This is what's happening. This is what I'm doing. These are the challenges I've overcome. So things like that are great. But,
do you have like anchor things that, okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this?
What?
Like anchor memories?
No.
Okay. Bad breakup. Horrible.
Okay. Yeah.
Ran away to New York. Really sad.
Yeah.
Down in my dumps. That thing there is like my anchor. Yeah.
Okay, fab.
It's my anchor. So I was like going through it, and my old manager was like,
Yeah.
oh, you should meet this guy who helps like CEOs like visualize where they want to go.
Yeah.
I can send you the paperwork, but it was like
Yeah.
10 pages of questions to ask yourself, and like very intense. I'm sitting there like getting excited, because I think that's the problem, is like whenever you're sad, especially me, it's hard to see outside of that bubble. It's the worst time to visualize or like any of that stuff, because you can't, you think the whole world's crumbling. But because I had this whole session, it made me get excited about the future again. I read through all these questions, and I was sitting there with the guy, and he's like, okay, but what is like your future memory? Like, what is going to anchor you to that? And for some reason, it was Fiji water bottles, because there's a video of The Rock. And I don't know if I ever said this like publicly. There's a video of The Rock on his Instagram that I was watching that day that I was really sad about. And his daughter was like popping a water balloon on his head.
Right.
And it like panned to his bedside table, and there was 3 Fiji water bottles there. I was like, that is the most craziest sign of wealth. That there's a housekeeper there to make sure that you go to bed and there's 3 Fiji water bottles lined up perfect. I was like, not 1, not 2, but 3 is crazy.
Yeah, I love that.
So then Kelly King, who works at Netflix, she's a great friend. On my birthday a couple years ago, she got me that.
That is so cute.
Yeah, and it's always been my background ever since. Oh, and
I love that.
My other background.
So your anchor memory is like a future visualization.
Yeah, to make you think about.
Yeah.
Because then it makes you think about like, oh, okay, when I see Fiji water bottles. So like, this is crazy. When I was at this house the other day, I'm like, this is the one, because they had Fiji water bottles in the fridge.
It's a sign.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then I saw bees outside in the roses, because that was my thing with my dad. I said, if I see a bee, I'm going to think of you. And I'm like, this might be the house. And then I'm like, one of the most successful water brands and bees. Great, Harry.
Well, was it the house?
Yeah, we're working on it. But then another thing, this is another thing that I've been working on, which you can't really read. I've been doing this with ChatGPT, and I don't know if you've done this one, but You go, see, it's a bit silly.
Okay, yeah. Oh, very small.
I know, very tiny. That's why I moved it back to there. So there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, if these are my goals, if this is my vision for the next year, or like when I'm in the future, write a day in my life. What does that look like? Have you done this?
No, but I've seen people do it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, then I'm like, write a month in my life.
Yeah.
And it's pretty pompous what I've got coming up, but it's pretty exciting. I feel like that's also a good way to visualize.
Good.
Is there anything?
I think it's important because I think, a big part of manifesting and what makes it so popular is that manifesting gives people hope and it gives people something to work towards. It gives people focus, direction, and it helps make their life feel as good as it possibly can as well. And I think,
No, I think it's like so fundamental because I was telling my friend about it. I'm like, the worst thing that can happen is you get excited about a potential future. Like that's what, and you put it down. Like the worst thing is you're excited about what life could become.
Exactly.
It's like, why not try?
Absolutely. I think everybody can and should manifest because I think we have so much more power than we give ourselves credit for.
What is on your 2025 vision board?
Oh,
if you're allowed to tell people.
Yeah. Do you know what you are? But it's so funny because I reached so many of my huge career goals so quickly. And a lot of people will say to me, like, what are you manifesting? And I'm like, do you know what? For me this year, I wanted to manifest more travel. I had like places I wanted to go, more fun, more balance.
Here you are.
And here I am
having
fun while I'm traveling. And it's been a balanced chat.
Who knew? You were manifesting me.
There we go.
That's crazy.
And here you are.
What? No, I used to have a rule. Well, I still have a rule where I get afraid to tell people what I'm thinking about. And I got things on my mirror, like little Post-it notes.
I love that.
And I get afraid if someone comes over that they read them and they're going to put their bad energy into what I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
Do you tell people your stuff or you get a bit scared? Because I always get scared. I'm like, I don't want you to read my special book.
Well, do you know, that's why I say to people you should put your vision boards away. Because I think that to really be to think about what you want your future to look like, you have to be so honest and vulnerable. And if you think other people are going to see it, you won't really put down what you want because you'll think, oh God, what will they think? Or will they judge me? Or will they think it's silly? And you've got to be so vulnerable and so like courageous when it comes to creating your vision board and thinking about your future life. So I think it's nice to put it away.
You talk about becoming the person you want to attract. What does that look like in practice for someone trying to become boyfriend material?
Well, what do you want to attract?
No, I don't know actually. Right now, I think no one.
Well, I think it's, if you were to think about the kind of person you wanted to attract, you could think about what qualities you're looking for in that person.
Oh, yeah.
So you tell me, what are like the qualities of somebody you'd see yourself with?
I think I got in trouble with this in the past because I wrote it down in my book of like the dream partner, and my ex-girlfriend's like, "Oh, tell me about her."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, that's what you want?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I was like, I wanted someone that has, owns a business, is like successful and passionate about their career.
Yeah.
Someone that wakes up every day and is excited about the future and has a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
But also is like healthy and like doing healthy habits and stuff like that. And that got me in trouble. She's like, "Oh, you don't think I'm healthy?" I'm like, "No,
wow.
You're great. You're great. You're doing amazing. Like, you're crushing it. I'm just thinking about like in the future,
So those are really good things. And then you can look at each thing and be like, now, do I embody those things?
I crush
it. Do I do all those things? And if you do, that's it. That's how you can become the person you want to attract.
There we go.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm boyfriend material?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Oh, is there a standout story from a client who's seen incredible transformation from your coaching?
Oh my God. I can't. There's so many.
Really?
Oh my God. I'm so lucky because, I don't have any like specific stories. I think the thing is what I'm really lucky about is that I'm in an industry where people can see, I think that everybody who is doing a job is helping other people, right? No matter what job you are in, you are helping somebody else at the other side. And I think we are all of service and we all have a purpose. I think I'm just really lucky that because I'm in self-development and I write books, people will come and they will tell me their stories. So every day on my DMs, I'll have like lots of different stories and it's so incredible and rewarding. And that's why I'm so passionate. I've probably done thousands of interviews and talks on manifesting now. And I'm always just as passionate as I was the first time because I see how magical it is and I see how these 7 steps are just absolutely life-changing.
Have you learned any fun new tips this year on how to do better mantras or manifest or anything like that? Or is it always, you've got it, you already know?
I got it. Down pat.
got it,
We
yeah.
got this. We got it. We got it. We're manifesting.
We're
Formula complete.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, crushed it.
Yeah.
No, but I am always learning. And
Yeah.
I am always learning, and I am always trying to, you know, like for now, for example, I've just been speaking with David Guillaume,
Who's that?
He's based in the US.
Okay. Should I know?
He's no, not
Okay.
necessarily. But he's really put the fan in.
fuck.
It's not a test.
I was like, oh no, I don't want his fan base to attack me. Is he famous?
He's a really great speaker. He's also speaking at this summit, but he speaks about it in a much more spiritual way than I do. But I really enjoyed learning from him and seeing it from a different, even though we're all saying the same thing, it's just learning about it from a different perspective. So I've really enjoyed that. I like learning from other people as well.
Are you religious?
I'm not personally, but
neither. Well, I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, but I think that manifesting, you can be like, when I think about, I believe in the power of the universe.
Yes.
Like I believe in the power of energy, and I believe that we can genuinely like tap into this kind of power that is greater than ourselves. For me, it's just the universe, but for some people that is God. So I think manifesting can absolutely go hand in hand with religion, and I think all religions really speak about very similar themes like gratitude and self-worth and taking action and, you know, so yeah.
I was recently, I met this lady who's an Intuit. I don't know if that's intuition.
Yeah.
Which is also wild.
Yeah.
Have you met any of these people?
I met one.
Was it real? Or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because it's like a full-on like career and like very,
Yeah.
very intense. Have you met a psychic?
Yeah. So I have a tarot reader who I love.
Whoa. What do you
I find her sessions so inspiring.
Okay.
And I see an astrologer who was actually Princess Diana's astrologer. I have a tarot reader and astrologer that I see.
It's amazing.
And I do love it, and I find it really inspiring. It helps guide me. I think with these things is if you find it helpful and if it makes you feel good, what's the problem in believing it? But I think take everything with a pinch of salt. Do I think people can like genuinely tell the future? I don't know.
I wish.
About that.
Yeah, I wish I had that skill.
Yeah.
Imagine how good it'd be. Be able to figure everything out.
But would you actually want to know?
Yeah, for sure. I could ruin everyone's life. No, because I had a psychic the other day.
Yes.
And some crazy shit came through.
Yeah.
It was like really interesting.
Was it really good? I might take their number.
Candace. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said her name like you know her.
Yeah.
But yeah, Candace was really awesome.
Yeah.
She, her whole family, the whole bloodline, everyone can tap in. Very interesting.
Yeah. I do think like we're on one frequency. There are other frequencies. And my dad even used to say that, and he was very philosophical and
really
obsessed with quantum physics, and he really believed that there are different frequencies.
See, like I just wish my family was smarter in this stuff. Like quantum physics would be so nice. So now we've got to play a new game.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a bunch of scenarios that our listeners or people at home might be going through, and I want you to give them a small playbook on how to work through that situation.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Open that third eye.
Okay.
I'm an 18-year-old graduating high school, and I don't know what the next step is, college, working, or a specialized trade. How do I find a path?
I think what's really important at that point in your life is to figure out where the noise is. So where are other people wanting things for you? So what do your parents want for you? What does your school want for you? What do your friends want for you? When you can identify what everyone else wants for you, then you can start to be honest, like, actually, what do I want for myself? How can I make sure that I'm not making decisions based on those other people in my life?
Oh, smart.
Because then we start living for others and not for ourselves. And then instead start to think about...
I thought you were going to go in a different direction. Find what your parents want, do that.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And start thinking about what are the things that actually light you up and make you feel excited. And perhaps you don't know yet what those things are, but at least you can know what they're not.
Genius. I feel unworthy of love and a serious relationship. Every talking stage I have fails. I feel unlovable. I said that. I didn't read it.
Yeah, I
me.
think. Oh,
yeah.
Harry, I'm so sorry. I think that so many people experience that, and I think that start diving into self-development. Like, really go into like reading self-help books, immersing yourself in, whatever kind of healing that you can, whether it's through journaling, through therapy, through meditation, sound baths, whatever it is, really trying to get out and process the wounds and the trauma that are making you feel that way, because absolutely everybody is lovable.
Amen. Okay, I have huge dreams of running my own business, but I don't think I deserve to dream that big.
I would say that before any dream, you should ask yourself, if fear and doubt weren't standing in my way, what would I really want? And remember that at this first stage, all we have to do is imagine it. So I think it's crazy that our insecurities are so loud, it doesn't even let us imagine it. But if you ask yourself that question, it will allow you space to dream, and then keep asking yourself, like, why not? Like, why would it not happen for me? And find people to inspire you and show you what's possible.
So good. It's why you're a genius. I was trying to be financially stable, and then my house flooded. It feels like every time I get back on the right path of my dream life, something out of my control gets in the way.
So this really speaks to like step 4 of my 7-step guide to manifesting is overcome tests. And no matter how much you work on yourself, and if you're in your manifesting process, life is still going to bring you challenges and obstacles and rejection. But now you can start to view them as tests to help you level up to the other side, and allow these challenges to teach you something, to show you a lesson, to take meaning from them, and just trust that on the other side there is reward. So for me, I always say that being optimistic doesn't mean feeling happy all the time. It's knowing that even on the dark days, better days are coming.
So smart. Smartest person alive. I've been in the same job for 5 years and I feel completely stuck. I don't know what I'm passionate about anymore, and I'm scared that I've missed my window to change my life.
I think it's never, ever too late to change your life. And I think that people stay stuck out of fear. And it's about really making, firstly, an internal decision that I am going to commit to making a change in my life. And how can I start to just explore different things, try out different things, and find something that lights me up? And then how can I be brave enough to actually go for it?
I love how you just have answers for everything. I don't know what to say. Give up. I want to move to a new city, start fresh, and reinvent myself. But I don't feel like I have enough courage, and I'm worried I'll fail.
I think there's no such thing as failure. I think there's a really great quote that says, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. And I think that if you are feeling called to go somewhere new, to transform, to change, trust that gut instinct and don't let fear rule you. There's a great affirmation I love, which is, I am more powerful than my fears and doubts.
It's unreal. I see people on social media living these dream lives, relationships, money, travel, peace. I want that, but every time I try to manifest, nothing changes. What am I doing wrong?
So I think that kind of speaks to maybe that they're experiencing envy and comparison. And I think envy comes from a scarcity mindset. So it says you have something and it might mean less for me. So it comes from this place of lack, and that will keep you stuck in lack. If you're constantly focusing on what you don't have, you won't be able to attract more into your life. But actually you can start to turn that into inspiration. Like, they have something and I can have it too. And that's from an abundant mindset, a belief that there's enough for us all. And when we have an abundant mindset, we attract more abundance to us.
I feel like having an abundant mindset is such a superpower as well.
100%.
And not being afraid of money. I've got so many friends that are afraid to spend money because they're like, oh, that's like, it's a terrible rule, but I'm always like, the more you have, the more you give, the more you get.
I'm 100% on board with that. It's how I live my life.
And that's why I tell Farah, my manager, when you get angry at me spending so much money, I'm like, more is going to come.
Exactly.
Because I'm spending so much
right.
on my credit card. We're not happy about it, but it's going to come back. Hopefully. I come from a family that doesn't believe in dreaming big. It feels like I'm constantly being told to be realistic. How do I break that generational mindset?
I think so much of this is about knowing how to set boundaries, how to lovingly let go of the hold people have over us. And recognize that you don't have to take other people's beliefs as your own. You have to be able to form your own beliefs about the world and what you think you're capable of. And I think it can be tricky when people around us are bringing us down, but we should we can even create energetic rituals around it. So let's say you've just spent the day with your family and they've been really negative. Could you go and do a little cleansing, meditative walk, or could you go work out afterwards, or could you listen to some positive affirmations just to physically, you can almost separate yourself.
Yeah. Is there any good, I guess, lessons that your parents put on you to kind of put you on this path when you're growing up, or is it you just thought of it yourself?
Yeah, I think my dad had more influence over me than I thought. I think he's always been talking to me about.
Bless you.
He's always been talking to me about the power of positive thinking and mindset and physics and energy and He influenced me a lot, I think.
Damn, shout out to Dad.
Yeah.
I'm always the one who supports everyone else's dreams, but I don't know how to start prioritizing my own. How do I stop putting myself last?
I think that people don't put themselves first because it comes again down to self-worth. They don't believe they're worthy of putting themselves first. And so other people don't put them first either because people treat us how we treat ourselves. And so you've got to find, because it can be so hard for people to change that habit, is find little ways you can start to practice it. So it might be that you challenge yourself one time this week to say no to something you don't want to do. As simple as that.
So good.
And every time you are asked to do something from someone else, just ask yourself, is this at the expense of my own well-being? And just be more discerning with your decision making.
You're so great.
Thank you so much, Harry.
Look at you.
I feel so seen.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a good data.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, that was it. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say?
No, buy my book.
Yeah. Where can they find it? Wait, on the Spotify thing, is that the same as audiobook?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Manifest 7 Steps Living Your Best Life and Manifest
Great.
in Action are both available at all major bookstores, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, blah, blah, blah.
And you sold over 1 million?
Over 1 million, yeah.
Oh my God.
And it
What does
will
that feel
change
like?
your life. It's actually fucking nuts, I have to say.
That's fucking crazy.
I find it unbelievable. I think it's in 125 countries, Manifest.
Is it in different languages?
Yeah, 40 different
40?
languages. Yeah.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
just-
Manifested it. It is unbelievable to me. I think that book and those books have taken a life of its own, and I feel really proud of it. And I'm just so happy that people are feeling better, taking control of their life, realizing their worth. Yeah, it's all good.
What about confidence? Was that
Confidence is out in the US and Canada in December. So I'll be back then.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we can have another chat then.
Yeah, we can.
All about confidence.
God, yeah, I'll be confident by then. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you did enjoy today's episode, please give us 5 stars and please go follow Roxy on Instagram. What is your Instagram? Tell everyone.
At Roxie Nafousi.
Nafousi.
How did you say it?
I don't know. I give up. Nafousi. Okay.
Thank you. That was so much fun.
No, you're great. Perfect.